Well, hello everyone. Here to show you the fuel gauge art, say coloring right here. As you see right here is I went ahead and drew like what you call like a picture diagram right here. You got right here is the arrows. So you see I have a gas gauge right here, and basically showing you right here is you got right here is the gas gauge, and most of us I'm sure probably think about it. It's like when I talk about it, it's like times that you've been up to the gas station and just knowing about the from what you experienced about how I know about pumping the gas it is. But most of the time about right here, this mark right here from empty to about this point say mark right here. On the gas gauge it is a lot of times it's 25, but it'll be about say a lot of times people probably think about it's like a quarter tank of gas it is. And with some people probably thinking about that if that they would go and buy is that with if they will be going by say a meter, it's like which is like the speedometer. It is that there's a way you can control the gas just by looking at the mile diameter it is. Just to keep track of how many miles if if the vehicle's mileage it is. But anyway, that you have right here is that be working with go ahead and add some color right here. But anyway, that the times I've been up to the gas station a lot of times is I know that they say that on average say that the fuel gas prices go up and down it is, and at the time beginning of winter it's like there are some places or maybe around town maybe in different states that may have it to where the gas is just a little bit cheaper, and it's just a little bit cheaper on average. And on your hand too, that knowing about that it's a little bit cheaper somewhere, and if you go somewhere else and more likely it's going to be about you see about about 289 something like that by average. I would say by average it would be I'll go ahead and use like 319 about average about for a gallon of gas about 319 is about how much it costs. And if you take that and then let's just say if you get about you say say if you were to do the math, it's like you go ahead right here for if you get 2 gallons and 8 1/8 or so, I guess if that's 2 gallons of 1/8 well 180 pints, 180 ounces I guess it is. It's measured by what you say is like numbers from a gallon it is. And knowing about if we were to actually add that up from how much it is a gallon, so all together that I see about 19. And of course if you say from the 0 it is, and knowing about if you were to add that up from the regular price, then more likely it's like for calculator I would just say take a guess is that knowing about with 3, and then if like for 2 gallons, so I would say about see 4 about 4.28, about $4.28 more likely would be how much it would cost you say for a gallon. And on your hand too, then for 2 gallons it is like 2 gallons of gas. But knowing about that but right here is that you have right here is like for the regular, and of course the plus, and of course with the diesel gas, and of course with the unleaded. The last time I went up to the gas station, of course, is like knowing about that that last time I went, I was not even planning on going to the gas station, just taking a little drive, and then all of a sudden the gas gauge was coming on. And all of us were probably thinking about it. It's like if we know our cars, know our vehicles, that with my car, it's like knowing about the gas gauge, it looks fine, and then by the time you begin your journey it is, and just knowing about the thing, and the gas indicator light comes on, and knowing about a lot of times people probably think about how much do you think they would cost just to fill up the tank to about here, like to a half a tank of gas right here. About how much do we think they would cost? And my guess is at least $45. So if you take that, it's like you'd say if it would be like $3.19 a gallon, and you multiply that times, if it will take at least that's about half and half, I guess that would be about maybe 10-11 gallons, something like that of gas. So that would be about maybe about 15 gallons if I calculate that right. Anybody would probably thinking about if you were to calculate that. If I have to have about got half a tank right here, and I would say that that yeah, maybe about $45 will fill it up, maybe to about right here or something like that. You know, it is like you go up to the gas station, and a lot of times it may go down, maybe a few cents, go up a few cents. It is, and knowing about, yeah, even though if you guess the math right and you go up there and it seems like a different story. But on here I do know about, some gas stations I've been to before that they have it to where that they pump the gas for you, and of course that they may check they may offer to clean your windows and stuff like that. And on the area, yeah, I would probably say some gas stations, one or two gas stations I have gone to, that somebody had offered to wash your windows, and they have offered to pump the gas for you, and then knowing about that, they even ask you if they can even have a tip too, and knowing about, it's like with most of us about our gas gauges is knowing about how many miles that the car get per gallon it is. But on here too, that knowing about, we could probably think about is one way to find out. Of course, that there's a way I could do it, like say the speedometer, I guess say the mile diameter measure it is like there would be like what you call like a switch. There would be a switch at about right here. It is to where you push the switch, and then it would reset the miles driven, say from the vehicle it is. But other than that, is talk about right here is like you're doing the math, and of course right here is for the fuel gauge. It's like the art, so you're talking about, it's like the fuel gauge. Say mathematics, it's like with the color diagram.